Network, the leader in local news, sports, arts, and entertainment in southwestern Connecticut.
The following is a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and entertainment in Fairfield and Westchester counties. From the Edward L. Bennett Rink in West Haven, it's time for boys high school ice hockey on the HAN Network, and tonight, the Cadets of St. Joseph High School get ready to take on the West Haven Blue Devils with our entire HAN Network crew. Chris Callen joining me for the call tonight, AJ Simonowski directing. I'm Rob Adams. Welcome inside the Bennett Rink for what we think will be a pretty good one, a meeting of a couple of Christmas tournament teams as the West Haven Christmas tournament goes on, Cato. And for the Cadets, looking forward to seeing them get their season off and running.
Absolutely, Rob. And this is a young St. Joe's team. They have 4 seniors, but you see a lot of juniors, a lot of sophomores, players that they hope are going to have an impact on this team for the next couple of years. Looking over at the West Haven side, the Blue Devils, you're talking about not exactly a senior-laden team, but you do have a veteran presence. A lot of 3-4 year players here that have just can be a dominant force. This is a West Haven program that's been at the top of the state for the last few years. St. Joe's, like I said, they've fallen off the mark, but they do have a lot of young, skilled talent as well as speed. So this is going to be a very interesting game. Looking over at the West Haven side, they have a little bit of size on St. Joe's, but the one thing St. Joe's has never done is play with fear.
They've always played good ice hockey around these parts. West Haven coming off a little bit of a tougher season last year, not their best. St. Joe's trying to climb the ladder once again, maybe a step down last year, but names that we're really familiar with. And I really think this is a team that can make a good run in the FCAC.
Absolutely. Everybody talks about, you talk about the Greenwiches, the Dariens, the New Canaans, teams that are going to be a big force. Ridgefield, another one that comes to mind. But this St. Joe's team, they could stick around, they could sit laying in the weeds, and if things fall right for them, they can make a lot of noise in the FCAC as well.
Teams warming up on the ice, as you can see. St. Joseph decked out in the maroon and gold and white, their classic borderline Southern Cal look that they show off. They've got the little bit of the drop shadow in that number, the block style white drop shadow on the back with the gold number. And on the front, it says St. Joseph in a very slight arch with smaller numbers underneath. On the other side, the classic blue and white of the Blue Devils, of course, that great Blue Devil logo on the front. The block-style numbers on each sleeve and little outline in white there. The blue and the white outline, so the white tops and the blue pants. And about a minute and a half from getting this one underway. Earlier we saw a pretty good one. Girls ice hockey. West Haven Sacred Heart Academy knocked off Trumbull 2-1 as Gabby Prisco scored in overtime. Fun game.
Absolutely. And the one thing, that's a Trumbull St. Joe's unified team as well.
That is correct. So we finish up with the warm-ups, and certainly once we roll through this game, we head to Darien tomorrow for Darien and New Canaan, and obviously we'll talk about that one a little later on, but again, another game that, it's Darien and New Canaan. What more can you say?
It's a rivalry game. It's, that arena down there at the Darien Ice Rink, it's going to be packed. It's going to be standing room only. Chances are people can find a place up on the blocks or the storage sheds to sit. They'll probably find a way to get there too.
We got to find room for our cameras as well, but that will be dealt with tomorrow down in Darien. So 2 games for you this week on the docket for us today and tomorrow, and then we'll head off into 2016, and we'll come back with a vengeance next week, and a lot to do. We are pouring through the schedule today. It will be fun and it will be busy, and that's all part of why we love what we do.
Absolutely. This is going to be a great winter of sports, not only for us, the broadcast, but in the FCAC as well. Basketball is going to be very competitive. Hockey shaping up to be very competitive. We are pretty much a who's who of who we can pick to broadcast.
One of the most interesting basketball seasons I think we've ever seen, and that, again, we'll deal with that in January. Our first basketball game, in fact, will be Danbury and Norwalk, I believe on January 7th. But with all that said, we watch and take part and listen to the introductions of the starting lineups, and then we'll get ready for some ice hockey. So let's bring in the public address announcer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to West Haven's Bennett Rink for tonight's West Haven Christmas Tournament featuring the Cadets of St. versus your West Haven Blue Devils. Starting for St. Joe's in goal, number 1, Ryan Wilson. Defenseman number 2, Andrew Bennett. Defenseman number 7, William Gilbert. And left wing, number 17, Adam Businger. Center, number 8, Dick DiSabella. Right wing, number 9, Will Moldesti. And the rest of the cadets, coached by J.R. Bria. For your West Haven Blue Devils in goal, number 31, William Cole. Defenseman number 88, Alex Lynch. Defenseman number 9, Hunter Cole. Left wing number 4, Tyler Payne. Center number 27, Alan Brazil. The right wing number 8, Pete Fitzgerald. And the rest of the Blue Devils, coached by John Corral.
And with all that said and done, let's step out for a break. We'll get you started as we drop the puck right after this. Get ready for high school ice hockey. You're watching the FCAC on the HAN Network. Denali is your outdoor retail destination in the Westfield Trumbull Mall. For the last 21 years, we have carefully selected clothing, footwear, and gear from a variety of the best outdoor brands, such as the North Face, Patagonia, Vineyard Vines, UGG, Merrell, GoPro, New Balance, and many more. Our stores have a friendly, knowledgeable staff to help you with all of your running, hiking, and cold weather needs, and in discovering all things outdoorsy and awesome. Visit us in the Westfield Trumbull Mall or online at denalioutdoor.com.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express, open Monday through Saturday in the iPark Building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Welcome back to West Haven. Almost time to get it started. No smoking, Cato. Always keep that in mind.
I left the cigars in the car, Rob. So we're good.
As the starting lineup's getting ready. Of course, good to know I told him it was live.han.network, but we tried. We got a shout out over the public address system.
Hey, any advertising we can get, we're good to go.
He said your name right. That's half the battle.
Said yours right, too.
You know, it's once in a while somebody screws it up. You wouldn't think they would, but they do.
Well, they kind of think you're like German, so it'll go to like Adams.
The legendary, by the way, Ashley Kalin in the house tonight. Pointing at her Patriots hat and saying, "Why am I wearing this thing?"
Actually, no. I think it's the fact that the speaker is right above our heads.
I know.
And this is a wonderful facility, but I can't understand the idea of putting speakers every 5 feet.
All righty, let's do this. St. Joe's goes from right to left, and we are underway for a Monday night of ice hockey. The final Monday of 2015 as it's served by West Haven back into their own zone. Back to our left is Logan Cole. Down to our right, Ryan Wilson. As it's fed back out to the neutral zone. Down the right wing side goes Tyler Payne. Payne down the right wing, goes back behind the net, sends it over to the left circle, put up into the glove of Ryan Wilson. He holds on, 25 seconds gone, no score.
Great heads-up play there by Ryan Wilson. It wasn't a shot on goal. It's a chance. What they're trying to do is they're trying to throw the puck into the other corner to get St. Joe's off base, and Wilson just heads up, grabs the puck.
Face-off was to the right side of Wilson. It's brought all the way back around and served back into the neutral zone. Out taking a check on the shoulder comes number 17, Adam Usinger of the Cadets. Going back behind the net with Alex Lynch, the junior defenseman. Sends it around to the far side boards. Held in at the right point by the Cadets, and they feed it back the other way. Speeding down is Payne. Payne on net, and it gets pushed aside, just shoveled away by Wilson. We've got a minute gone in the first period, no score. Down the right wing side into the circle in the West Haven zone. It's fed back to the right boards, around those right boards, and back behind the net. Played back out to center. Keep in mind, we do have some nasty weather coming in tonight, so I've got a rescheduling note to pass along to you when time allows. Again, feathered through the neutral zone and back into the West Haven zone. Bounced off to the near side boards, played by the Cadets and Will Gilbert. Gilbert, the defenseman. It's shoveled down into the left corner in the Cadet zone. A minute and a half gone by, no score. Monday night in the midst of a tournament here. Of course, you know me, Cato. I'm greedy enough. Have headset will travel. I'll just stay and keep doing games all night.
Yeah, we could do that.
Into the high slot it goes, put on net, and Wilson will hold on. This is the last game of the night, actually.
Oh, I know, but just on point. With both teams trying to work and get a forecheck going, the puck itself is just not being cooperative. It's bouncing around, it's spinning, it's just not staying flat on the ice.
Tom Flynn for the Cadets went for the draw. It comes back down into the West Haven zone, and to corral it is Hunter Cole. Cole, the senior defenseman, went behind the net. As down on the ice goes Gilbert, he jumps right back up for the Cadets. Pushed forward, though, by Colin Brazil down the right side. Now off to the left circle in the St. Joe's end. No score. A couple minutes gone by, just underway. St. Joe's and West Haven. Bounces off into the right circle. Feathered back out by Cole. Grabbing it there is Payne. Payne had a man alongside of him. That was Pete Riccelli. Now turned right back around. Here come the Cadets across the line. Gilbert. Gilbert to the left circle. Leaves it behind. Put on net from DiSabella. Very much a lot of screens being set up here tonight, Cato, so we're busy men as we bounce it around. Sent right back down. It goes off to the left side of the netminder, Logan Cole. Goes off to the right corner. Played there, just about 3 gone by, no score. Across the line, into the high slot. Deflected, backhand, score!
And Tyler Payne, he's on the trail end and he benefits from this odd man rush. What happens is, and it's just a fluke, the St. Joe's defenseman, he gets the stick on the puck, tries to deflect it off. It bounces off the stick right onto the stick of Payne, and he's able to put it in.
Riccitelli and Jeremy Borelli get the assists at 2:53. Thought it was actually 2:57, so I'm going to correct that. It's in the slot again and dumped off into the right corner. I still have a cancellation, or should I say a postponement to get to. We'll do in a moment. 1-0, West Haven on top. We're in the first period. Brought out of their own zone, St. Joe's with Andrew Gilbert. Redirected once again and pushed back out by Connor Hurley of the Cadets. 3 and change gone by. First period, 1-0. Off to the right corner in the West Haven end. Fed back to center. Got under the stick of Kyle Parchinski. Goes all the way back and behind the net to the near side boards. 11-12 remaining in the first period. It's a 1-0 game. The FCAC track and field qualifier has been postponed until Wednesday. It was scheduled for tomorrow, so it's postponed until Wednesday. I'll give you more details as we have time, but some track and field getting postponed. That is the first item to come in. There's the expectation with this winter weather advisory as it's thrown back on net in the West Haven zone to the far side. The expectation is for sleet, some freezing rain, some ice, maybe some snow, depending on where you are in the region. So keep that in mind. The meet, which will feature New Canaan, Ludlow, Ward, Stamford, Ridgefield, and Danbury, will now begin at 10 a.m. on Wednesday morning, December 30th. Temperatures are expected to be in the mid-40s by tomorrow afternoon, but tomorrow morning will be a little dicey. 1-0 our score, 10:38 to go in the first period. West Haven on top. To the far side boards it goes in that right corner. Fighting for it, coming away with it, are the West Haven Blue Devils, sometimes known as the Westies. It was taken there by Kyle Perchinsky. Back behind the net, far side, got away. Cross ice, overcome the Cadets. Andrew Van Etten steps across the line, sends down, far side boards, and cleared back to center. Taken by the West Haven Blue Devils, grabbed by number 94, Max Lynch. Big numbers, not often seen, but I like the big numbers, Cato.
We all do, especially in broadcasting.
Down the left side it goes, back behind the net, and played by Andrew Van Etten of St. Joseph. 1-0, 9:50 to go in the first stanza, just getting it going on a Monday night. To the near side it comes, in the West Haven zone. They've got it on the right wing, and they get it back out. Grabbing it is Sean Atanzanio. And we get the whistle, stopping things with 9:37 to go in the first.
Looks like it's going to be an interference penalty.
And the interference on E.J. Pasapelli, the sophomore.
Good opportunity here early on for St. Joe's. They get a power play. Let's see what they can do with it, Rob.
So Pasapelli goes off at 5:23. 9:27 to go first period. 11 seconds gone by. Far side boards. It'll go back behind the net. St. Joe's trying to start out of their own end with Van Etten. Van Etten feeds it across, gets it to Will Gilbert. Gilbert steps across the West Haven line, goes down the left wing, side of the left circle, heads toward that left corner. He's got a man on him, that's Alex Lynch. Goes back behind the net, feathers it back out to the top of the left circle. Now dumped down on net, and it pushed aside by the netminder, of course, Logan Cole. Off to the near side boards it comes, back out to center, and bounces away from Van Etten. He goes cross ice to his mate Gilbert. Gilbert across the line, waits, stops, top of the right circle, feeds it. One-timer blasted wide off to the right corner, back to the right point. Just a little touch pass, brought right back out, played there by Van Etten. Van Etten playing keep away. A minute gone by on the man advantage. Feathering it again. He grabs it in the high slot, down on net. It's loose right there. It was in the crease, off the initial save, and cleared back out. A dangerous loose puck, and we skate on it, 1-0.
Very good power play so far for St. Joe's.
It's a patient power play for sure as they bring it back. Usinger across the line. Backhands it, looking for the rebound, and it gets cleared back to center. So they'll reset, bring it cross ice. Gilbert across the line. Down the left wing, gets to the side of the left circle, to the left corner, bounces it around the boards to the far side, grabbed by Evan Pacino. He plays it, right boards, sends it down into the right corner for Tom Flynn. Flynn looking to find a man out in front, it wasn't there. So instead, back to the right circle, thrown across near side. 1-0 our score, 10 remaining on the man advantage. The penalty to Pasapelli for interference at 5:23. In the left corner now, down to 4, 3, and 2, and 1, and the power play expires. Even strength, 7.5 to go, just about first period, 1-0. Behind the net again with Bocchino, bottom of the right circle, bounces it off the boards behind the net. Grabbed once again, Lynch will clear back to center. Waiting to grab the puck, it's important. Pasapelli grabs it there. Sends it down the right side with Lynch. They'll go for a change. Looking to just shovel it on net was Pete Riccitelli. It'll go behind the net again, played by Connor Hurley of St. Joseph. 7:05 to go first period, 1-0 the difference in the game. Tyler Payne at 2:57. At the top, the left point, dumped down into the St. Joseph zone. They'll go over and play it out of the right corner, bouncing it off the boards to the far side. 6:48 to go in the first period. Corralled right back at center. Now to be taken by the Cadets and cleared out, looking for the little pass, bringing it back out to find Matt Lally. Off to the left corner. 6.5 to go in the first period of a 1-0 game. Back to center ice. Van Etten will play it cross, get it to Gilbert. Gilbert just lifts it down the right wing side with 6:25 to go in a 1-0 game, first period. Behind the net, little bumping. Grabbed in that right corner, played back out. Kellen Morgillo, the senior, plays it back to center, turned around, and it's Westhaven. Westhaven to the left circle. Shovels it on net, looking for the rebound. It's not there. It's behind the net. Morgillo was busy, and now it's trapped along the post by Ryan Wilson.
In the first 5 minutes, St. Joe's had a hard time dealing with this Blue Devil forecheck. Now they're starting to get players to spread out, and they're interrupting the passes, and they're actually clearing the puck much more effectively than they did in the first 5 minutes.
Face off to the right side of Wilson. For Westhaven, it's Riccitelli on the draw. He gets it back out to Hunter Cole. Puck loose in the slot. Fanning on the pass initially. It's turned right back over as Van Etten tried to clear. So it's lifted down. It'll go into the right circle. Down to try to make life difficult was Jeremy Borelli. 5:45 to go in the first period. We have a 1-0 game. Will Foldesi missed on the initial try. He grabs it, spins around, steps across the line. Looking, rifles it over into the right circle. Usinger over there in the right corner along the boards. Now grabbed in the right corner, fed back, couldn't get it. It's played back to the right point. Waiting there is Hurley. Hurley down on that. Another try, and it gets pushed aside. Logan Cole up to the game, back behind it. Played back there by DiSabella, one of the captains, along with Gilbert for this St. Joseph team, coached by J.R. Bria. We get a whistle there. On the other side is Joe Morrell and Westhaven. 1-0 our score, 5:11 remaining in the first.
St. Joe's definitely got a lot more activity going after that in that power play. So far, I've got the shots on goal. I could be wrong here. I got St. Joe's out shooting Westhaven 8-5 in this first period so far.
Cato, I'm positive you're never wrong. Face off to the left side of Logan Cole. Your daughter, on the other hand, might disagree with that statement. Coming over to the near corner. 5 minutes remaining in the first. Goes behind the net, off to the right corner. Again, Cato and I are friends. That's why I can say such things. It's said with love. Off to the far side it goes. I could hear Doc Emmerich saying the same thing to Eddie Olczyk. Come on.
He could.
Across the line, into the left circle. Great broadcasters. They'll be on with the Winter Classic on what? Friday morning. Put down on net. It's loose. Covered up. Climbing on top of it is Wilson. Winter Classic this year just up the road in Foxborough.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting because you don't know what the weather is going to be for Friday.
Yeah.
If there's, and they talk about it, you can have hockey outside if it's warm. It's the rain that gives you a lot of trouble.
Right.
Because the rain melts that top layer of ice.
Remember, the Stadium Series a few years ago was in Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah. But it was a beautiful, clear night. So you can have that open ice and weather like that.
Left circle, and the wrister put up on net. Wilson holds on. Was that at Dodger Stadium or the Big A? I'm trying to remember now.
Dodger Stadium.
It was Dodger Stadium. Chris, they played at Yankee Stadium as well for a couple of games. You were at one, so was I.
And you talk about it, going back a few years ago at Heinz Field when it was 40 degrees.
That was a rough night for the NHL.
And in the rain, it was just the fact the puck was hard to play.
Dumped down on net. That was dangerous. Goes behind the net now in a 1-0 game, 4:15 to go in the first period. Played back to center. Grabbed and thrown back by Alex Lynch across the line, and this will be left aside by Wilson. Thought for a moment, as he played it with the stick, I thought for a moment he might trap it. Played back to center, though, and turned around. A lot of back and forth, but not a lot on net right now, at least certainly for St. Joe's. They need to pepper the net a little bit more. Near side boards, 3:50 to go in a good first period otherwise, but the goal coming early at 2:57. It's a 1-0 game. Back the other way goes Lynch. They are offside.
In the last few minutes, you see the Westhaven Blue Devils, they get a little more aggressive on the forecheck. They're definitely doing a better job pinching off the boards, not letting the outlet pass there, forcing St. Joe's to go to the middle of the ice. And that's where they can get their shots on goal because the defensemen are able to take care of the point.
Off the faceoff, goes into the high slot, and he got his pocket pick. Nico Kyle made a nice play for West Haven. So they come back, sent down, wristed well wide by Morgillo, goes behind the net, 3:25 to go in the first period, a 1-0 game at the other end. Across the line comes Gilbert. Gilbert in the circle, tries to leave it. It was set there for Jack Pisani. Off to the near side. Couldn't quite get the play going. Far side, off to the side of the circle, thrown on net. It comes over to the near side. Backhanded down by Kevin Fostich of St. Joseph, goes behind the net. 1-0 our score, 3 minutes to go in the first period. Gets away from the Cadets, all the way down it goes. Andrew Van Etten couldn't handle it, so it'll be left aside and played by Gilbert. Gilbert goes behind his own net, plays it off the boards, back out to center. Off to grab it now is E.J. Pacapelli for West Haven. Corrals it in his own end, looks to play it back out. He does, lifts it along the boards to the near side, snagged once again by Van Etten. Van Etten looking to play it back to center, can't do it. It goes back to Van Etten once again out of the right corner. He looks to skate away with it, gets tangled up. Off to the far side it goes, and it's redirected to the side of the left circle from the sharp angle. Traffic out in front, covered by Wilson.
And now you're seeing out of West Haven is they're starting to pour on the speed. They're using the speed and agility now to get ahead of the St. Joe's defensemen, and they're really trying to force this team to get off balance on one side of the ice to set up scoring opportunities.
Face off to the right side of Wilson, who's been a busy man. Off to the near side it goes. Do you have shots heavily favoring West Haven so far?
No, not right now.
Okay, across the line.
Right now I've got 7-8 in favor of St. Joe's.
Okay. 2:09 to go in the first of a 1-0 game. As offside will bring the face-off back out of the zone. Looking for the face-off, a battle of eights, Riccitelli and DiSabella. It's controlled initially by West Haven. They sprawl down and they bring it back. Here comes across the line Payne, right circle. Oh, the save made by Wilson, far side. Bounce off the boards. Played over there by Riccitelli. 1:50 to go in a spirited first period, but shots not heavy, as Cato alluded to. Right around 8-8, I think, at this point. Back out to center. Chipped along the boards. It'll be across the line. Left behind. Played by Foldesi. He goes down into the left corner. Looking to set it up. Come back out. Here's Payne. Payne cross ice. Dangerous. One-on-one. Score! How about the work of Borelli, Cato? He was able to get the speed, get it one-on-one, and put it past Wilson. It's a 2-0 game.
Absolutely. It's a little spin move. He tries to get out ahead. He gets out. Borelli gets out ahead of the defenseman. He's able to get enough. He has enough distance between him and the goalie to get the deke, to get Wilson to commit, and he goes to the backhand on the other side.
So a 2-0 game. Payne gets his second point of the evening, and Borelli gets his second point as well. It's a 2-0 game with 1:10 to go in the first period. Left at the point, put down on net, dangerous play. Wilson able to keep it off to the far side boards. 1 minute to go in the first period. In the corner, Colin Brazil was over there. He backhands it out to the left point. Shoveled aside, now comes over to the near circle with 49 to go in the first period. Into the corner it goes. It'll go behind the net. Played back there by Parchinski. Parchinski for St. Joseph, able to clear, but Alex Lynch waits in the neutral zone. Bounces it off the glass to the near side it goes. It'll be collected once again by Gilbert. Gilbert across the West Haven line to the side of the left circle. He's got Lynch on him. 25 to go in the first period. St. Joseph trying to cut the deficit to 1. Far circle now. West Haven plays it with Riccitelli. Looking to clear. They do. 17 to go in the period. Gilbert gets it across the line. Couldn't find the puck. Got taken off the play. Now they'll be taking it out of that left circle with 10 to go. Back behind the net. It was played by Pisani. Off to the near side with 5 and back to center. They'll just play keep away with 2 and 1, and the period is done.
Saves in the first period. For St. Joe's, Ryan Wilson, 10. For West Haven, Logan Cole, 4.
First period comes to an end. Those aren't the same numbers you had.
No, I'm kind of, unfortunately, it's the official score, but I mean, I've got shots on goal. West Haven with 10. St. Joe's had 8. And Wilson had 7 saves. St. Joe's also had a block in that, in the 2 goals allowed, and 8 saves for Cole.
We'll talk about it between periods. First period in the books after 1. West Haven has a 2-0 lead on the St. Joseph Cadets. Cato and I will come back to the Edward L. Bennett Rink right after this. You're watching the FCAC. In fact, you're watching the SCC. You're watching the SWC even on the HAN network. At Innovative Health and Rehabilitation, we provide an advanced level of care to resolve symptoms and minimize recurrence. Our experienced professional staff design and implement effective plans to return individuals to their prior level of function. We specialize in the treatment of orthopedic and sports injuries, pre-post surgical rehabilitation, performance enhancement, strength and conditioning, vestibular rehabilitation, balance and gait training. A convenient location and flexible scheduling is available to accommodate your needs. We look forward to providing you with a comprehensive level of care to meet your rehabilitation goals. We are also affiliated with 3 high schools, Norwalk, West Hill, and Stamford. Our certified athletic trainers cover the athletic events at the high schools to prevent, treat, and educate student athletes and injuries. Our certified athletic trainers also take part in the New Canaan Youth Football Program. Reach us at 650 West Avenue in Norwalk. Call us at 203-852-9903. Innovative Health and Rehabilitation. Denali is your outdoor retail destination in the Westfield Trumbull Mall. For the last 21 years, we have carefully selected clothing, footwear, and gear from a variety of the best outdoor brands, such as the North Face, Patagonia, Vineyard Vines, UGG, Merrell, GoPro, New Balance, and many more. Our stores have a friendly, knowledgeable staff to help you with all of your running, hiking, and cold weather needs, and in discovering all things outdoorsy and awesome. Visit us in the Westfield Trumbull Mall or online at denalioutdoor.com.
Discover the Wilburton Inn in Manchester, Vermont, a 30-acre historic estate featuring a turn-of-the-century mansion with elegant inn guest rooms and 7 large private vacation homes, perfect for ski vacations and holiday celebrations. Special offer on select rooms and houses. Stay 2 nights, get the 3rd night free through Christmas Day. CNN has called the Wilburton one of the top 8 mansion hotels in America. Call 802-362-2500 or visit wilburtoninn.com for more information.
It's time to come back to hometown banking, where people are taken into account, not just balances, where community comes first, a place where there's more than one kind of interest, where automation will never replace consideration, where they not only know your name, they know your dog's name too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark Building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Welcome back to the Edward L. Bennett Rink. Along with Chris Kalen, our entire crew, I'm Rob Adams. 2-0 the score as West Haven leads St. Joseph. Shout out to the rest of the crew at the end of period number 1. A.J. Simonowski directing tonight. Bill Bloxham and Mike Suppy. Nick Fine on cameras. Marty Hersom simply being Marty Hersom. Josh Fisher tweeting away on this great night. And good stuff so far, Cato.
Yeah, it's pretty much, I mean, I don't know what I'm not going by what the official score had, but it was definitely spirited. There was more action than the official score sheet would let on. St. Joe's definitely came out skating a lot more intensity, flying a lot higher. West Haven came out skating higher. St. Joe's were a little bit on their heels. I don't know if it was from the long bus ride here, whatever it was, but definitely West Haven blitzed St. Joe's. St. Joe's, even though giving up the goal, it could have been a lot worse. They were able to weather the storm. They got their poke checking going very well. They started playing better defense. They were starting to clear the puck. And more importantly, when they were able to get into the offensive zone, even though they didn't score, they did get plenty of shots. They were able to set up plays, and they moved very well with the puck. They got a lot of action down deep, especially. They're getting traffic in front of the net, which is a good thing. And for them, they just have to keep putting the pressure on every chance they get. If they could do that, they could put some goals on the board.
2-0 again, our score. Goals by Tyler Payne and Jeremy Borelli. Payne at .257, Borelli at .1332. Both of them have 2 points on the night. Little national news very quickly for you. The Yankees made a big trade, if you didn't hear it, for 4 minor leaguers. Aroldis Chapman is now a New York Yankee. On the one hand, considering he was traded to the Dodgers not that long ago for a larger package, you have to like what Brian Cashman did. It's a steal from a pure baseball perspective. What I don't like is the baggage that Chapman brings with him. Of course, there were charges of him firing a gun. There's charges of domestic violence. He stands the chance of being suspended for some of that behavior. I don't like the whole stigma of domestic violence to begin with.
If he cleans up his act, you may want to keep him and keep your bullpen stabilized, or you could just let him go. It's not a bad move, like you said, from a baseball perspective. But what you just have to hope, it's not going to be a continuing issue.
Young gentleman off camera in a uniform down beyond the position of Nick Fine, and just makes me think here at the holidays, as we should all the time. Certainly thanks to everyone who certainly helps protect this country, and it's just nice to see. So I thought I'd mention that while we were at it.
Well, that would be the junior ROTC member from, I believe West Haven has their own junior ROTC
that would explain
program.
It.
And theirs is through the United States Air Force.
Well,
West Hill in the FCAC, I believe, is the only school in the FCAC to have a junior ROTC program, and theirs is through the United States Army.
Yes.
I believe it's still under the head of Major Weber, who's overseen that program for years. There's another gentleman involved with that. I can't remember his name. It slips me in mind at this time. He's an old Army sergeant who took part in it. And that is a program from West Hill that I can tell you has sent several members on to West Point as United States Military Academy cadets.
Here we have a 2-0 game as we get ready for period number 2. And by the way, how was your holiday?
Holiday was rather nice. Okay. Nice and quiet. It was warm. I should have barbecued with all the warm weather.
It was. We certainly hope you had a Merry Christmas and all of that. And turn our attention back to ice hockey in a mere matter of seconds. What do these teams have to do? What does St. Joe's have to do to get going?
Keep doing what you're doing. St. Joe's, you have to keep doing what you're doing. You're poke checking. You're dealing with when West Haven tries to establish a forecheck in your offensive zone, in your defensive zone, you've done a good job so far of fending it off. What you have to do, though, is when you get more traffic, get more pucks to the net. Keep the pressure on Cole in net. You should be able to get some points on the board.
We are out for a break. We come back for period number 2, and we're in the first intermission, and West Haven has a 2-0 lead on St. Joseph. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back. You're watching the FCAC on the HAN Network.
Find over 1,000 special stories at Hospital for Special Surgery. Go to hss.edu/backinthegame.
I was jogging 5 months after my cartilage tear.
Skiing a year after hip surgery.
And playing grandma 4 weeks after hip replacement.
One special hospital, 1,000 special stories. See Connecticut patients at hss.edu/CT.
This fall for our red panda. That's right. Rashawn the red panda will be visiting the Beardsley Zoo for a limited time. Resembling raccoons, red pandas primarily eat bamboo, but will occasionally eat fruits, berries, young leaves, and certain tree bark, like their better-known black and white cousins. As an adult, Rashawn is expected to weigh 10 to 12 pounds, and you can see him at the South American Rainforest exhibit, Connecticut's Beardsley Zoo of Bridgeport. A whole new experience. 875 Noble Avenue, Bridgeport. 203-394-6565.
Here at the Darien Sports Shop, we are very excited about our newly redesigned men's department. Gentlemen, if you're shopping for work, weekend, or wedding, we've got the latest styles and trends inside our spacious new department just for you. We have vast selections from Peter Millar, Vineyard Vines, Johnny O, Duckhead, Barber, and so much more. And you can even walk out of the store in the new Wolverine 1,000-mile men's boot. Conveniently located with free and easy parking at 1127 Post Road, Darien, Connecticut. Or shop us online at dariensport.com.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your local destination for the best of the holidays. Shop Stewart's for the freshest produce, certified prime rib roasts, magnolia wreaths, fresh baked pies, gingerbread houses, Christmas candies, and the season's best wine and craft brews right next door at Stewart's Spirits. Shop Walter Stewart's, 229 Elm Street in New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
We welcome you back to West Haven. A.J. Simonowski directing. Chris Callan alongside of me. I'm Rob Adams. Couple of scores for you from basketball earlier today. This is a girls' basketball final. It was Darien beating New Canaan 46-31. Fairfield Ludlow took care of Brian McMahon 59-16. Julia Pangallo had 11 points for the Falcons. And the Falcons move on to the Todd Berger Tournament Championship. I can read that because Sean Saylor tweeted it. An appreciative nod, in fact, from Mr. Simonowski. We all love us some Sean Saylor.
Oh, Sean's tremendous. He does a lot of great work for the FCAC, work for us. He is just everywhere. He's a man about town.
Watch it. He gets mad when you talk about him.
Even the positive stuff?
Oh, yeah. Well, then I get yelled at. Rob, you don't have to say nice things about me all the time. Yes, I do. It's in my
but you didn't say that. I said
it's in my contract.
Yeah.
Teams return to the ice. Down to our right side will go Logan Cole. And we'll have the second period underway in a mere matter of seconds. 2-0 our score. Goals by Payne and Borelli for the West Haven Blue Devils in the first period.
And for West Haven, just keep applying the pressure as you're doing. Their goals really, for the most part, their goals have been on a man when they've gotten not so much the man advantage, but where they've gotten the odd man rush. They were able to get out ahead of the St. Joe's defense, and that's where they've taken their opportunities. They've taken advantage of Wilson that way. But when St. Joe's, when they could stay and keep, and protect Wilson, he's been very effective, and the St. Joe's team's been very effective. You got to remember, St. Joe's rotates 5 defensemen. They don't have 3 solid defensive lines.
So far, the line of Van Etten and Gilbert's been pretty consistent, but yes, you're right. Remember back in the days, a long time ago, radio days, we broadcast from a platform down at our far left corner?
Oh, yeah. It was kind of like Darien, but only different.
That's kind of my old buddy John Spang, my old partner John Spang and I broadcast down in that corner once years ago. We got yelled at for standing up. So he and I had to call the game sitting in one of the grandstands here at the Bennett Rink. Second period underway. Across the line comes West Haven with Jeremy Borelli. Heading off to that right point, kept alive at the right point by Hunter Cole. 2-0 our score.
It's a crime they do that to Spang.
Yeah, do it to me. Spang, that's a different story. I miss John. Off to the far corner. Not that I don't like working with you or John Kovac, that is, but John Spang was my first hockey partner, almost 17 years ago. Off to the near side. Half minute gone by. Second period, 2-0. Bouncing off the boards. This will come down and across the line for icing.
Yeah, but having Spang on the broadcast, you're talking a lot of years of hockey experience.
Well, John Spang, in all seriousness, not to belabor the point too much, but he was a phenomenal official for many years. And he brought that knowledge into the booth, and that was just happenstance that he became a broadcaster. He just happened to be in the right place at the right time, and eventually I worked with him, taught me a lot about this great game. Back out comes West Haven with a 2-0 lead. They go from right to left, across the line. They bring it down the left wing side. Brazil goes back behind the net. To the far side boards they go, held in at the right point. Keeping it alive there was Chris DeRost, a senior defenseman, put on net and pushed aside by Ryan Wilson. In a 2-0 game with a minute and change gone by in the second period. And lifted into the benches. That stops us. 13:48 to go second period. 2-0.
It's pretty much the pressure that you saw out of West Haven early on in the first period. They're starting to put it back on early on in the second period.
Face-off will come to the dot just outside of the West Haven zone in front of the St. Joseph bench. With a minute 12 gone by in the second period, there for the face-off was Tom Flynn of St. Joseph. Lifted right back into the neutral zone, shoveled down, and it'll go behind the net of Logan Cole. Off to the near side boards and played out of the zone. This will bounce off in the neutral zone and come down into the St. Joe's end for an icing.
And it was just trying to be it looked like when that pass came out, it looked like it was going to be an outlet pass, but it just kind of looked like, you look at it and it was almost as if Morgillo didn't see the pass coming. It deflected off the back of him.
Off the face-off, went right down on net, and Logan Cole trapped it. A minute and a half gone by, second period, 2-0.
And another aspect that St. Joe struggled with in that first period is the face-offs.
I enjoy all the trappings that a rink like this provides. I'll explain what I mean about that in a moment as it goes off behind the net of Cole. Cole out of position, and he's able to make the save and hold on. He was out of position to his far side. There was a lot of empty net there, but unfortunately for St. Joseph, they couldn't tickle the twine.
And Evan Pacino recognized, saw him out of position, saw the puck coming out, headed for his position to the high slot, broke back to the net. Just didn't get there in time to put the puck in.
Face off to his right. Held in at the left point, pushed down behind the net. Tough break for St. Joe's. Off to the far side in that left corner. Off there to play it. They leave it back and played. Back out of the zone. Across the line, Payne. Payne in the circle. Payne gets it back behind the net. Out in front, save made. Couple of tries, and the save made by Wilson as he stoned a man right out in front of him, Riccitelli, and we get a whistle. Net comes off the moorings.
2 saves for Wilson on that, with Riccitelli right in front of him. He gets one shot on, gets the rebound, tries to put it back again, and he just skips behind the net. He was unable to get a third shot at the apple.
Waiting for the face-off will be Riccitelli. We'll see who the Cadets offer up in response. It's going to be DiSabella. Largely quiet so far, the centerman. Now, a tough break for the Cadets. Usinger had a chance to make a little noise. The stick got dropped. He's looking for a call, probably interference, but nothing cooking. Off to the corner it goes. Played over there by Borelli in a 2-0 game. 2.5 gone by in the second period. Thrown down on net. Save made Wilson. Off to the right side it goes. Now comes to the near side. Out of that left circle. They play it out of the zone. With a head of steam, here is DiSabella. He had it taken away from him, though, by Borelli. Playing a lot of keep away. It goes right back into the West Haven zone. Alex Lynch able to clear across the line. Comes Borelli. Borelli into the right circle. Tangled up with Parchinski. Parchinski back behind the net. Joining the conversation is Riccitelli. They exchange Merry Christmas, some cards, maybe a few ribbons, some happy stuff there, and we play on as it's back to center. Taken by Lynch. Lynch shovels down into the left corner. They wind it around the boards. And we get a whistle and a stoppage of play. 3:07 gone in the period.
It's going to be an offsides. And for West Haven, hold on a second, let me slide a little bit. And for West Haven, it's Colin Brazil. He didn't realize he was offsides, that the puck had gotten clear. He was sitting camped out by the net, waiting for the West Haven shift, to come over and help him out.
It's close quarters up here on press row tonight, so we're all making the best of it. Held in at the left point, trickles down. It'll go into the right corner. In that right corner, played over there by Pisani. Off to the far side, the blast! Oh, how did that not go in? It goes to the far side boards. Played over out of the left corner, joining it is Pisani, skating away with it. He's got it. Now it's in the left circle, tangled down into there. Matt Lally goes over for St. Joseph, a stick on the ice. Somebody struggling without the stick. Off to the far side, played back to the left point, held there, waiting. Andrew Gilbert shovels it around. It hits the netting. With 11:16 to go in the second period, we have a 2-0 game.
Absolutely. And Kyle Froelich, he's able to get in there, and he's working in the corners without his stick. Looked like his stick had gotten broken. For an instant, it looked like he had rotated out to get his stick out of the circle, and he just said, you know what, the heck with it. I guess he was broken or he just changed his mind.
Tom Flynn for the face-off. Goes up against Pacapelli for West Haven. 11's remaining in the second period in a 2-0 game. Flynn got knocked down. Off to the far side, held in at the left point. Whistled down, it goes back behind the net, now off to the right corner in a 2-0 West Haven lead. Played back out to center and across the line. Bouncing it back to neutral zone ice, and a nice little dipsy doodle there to shovel it down off the stick of Atanasio. Off to the far side. Played on that far side board, comes back out to center, corralled by Brazil. Brazil in a 1-on-3. Now he leaves it behind, trying to find Max Lynch. Goes back and grabs it in that right corner. Pacapelli back there. Now it's played by Lynch. Lynch out of the corner, bounces it off the boards, comes off to the near side. They'll play it near side boards in a 2-0 game. 10:16 to go second period. It'll go behind the net again. Grabbed by Brazil. Off to the far side. Connor Hurley over there for St. Joseph. Again, behind the net, they play a little game of keep away in a 2-0 game. Feathered back to center and taken across the line. Down the right wing to the side of the right circle. They'll go behind the net. It's Lynch back there for West Haven. 9:53 to go second period, 2-0. Off to the near side, bounced off the boards, held in, right point, Gilbert. Gilbert shovels it on net, and waiting there to grab it and hold on is Logan Cole.
Excellent work by St. Joe's. Very heads up. They get the odd man rush they want, and then you give a lot of credit to Gilbert, who was able to stay on the blue line, not let the puck clear, where everybody else starts to abandon it.
I mentioned all the trappings of the rink, and what I mean by that is the little effort to play some music, and of course the work of a public address announcer. They're all little things that just add to the experience, and it's nicely done here at the Bennett Rink, offside the call, as West Haven steps across the line. Yes, we're right below a speaker, and certainly we can hear it for sure, but it's pretty well done here.
You get everything from Weezer to Lenny Kravitz.
But and again, the PA makes a big difference because you're able to get all the announcements from the officials and just everything you need. So it's nice work here at the Bennett Rink. Around the boards it comes to the near side. Plus they gave us a shout out in the pregame. Back out to center it goes. Played through that neutral zone. Trying to do something with it is Gilbert. Had it taken away from him by Hunter Cole. Across the line they go on net, and Logan Cole says, hey, I'll hold on to the apple. 9:08 to play, second period. It's a 2-game work week for us here at the HAN Network. Tomorrow, Darien New Canaan down at the Darien Ice Rink. Cato and I on the call. Frank Granito, ice side. That is tomorrow here on the HAN Network. They will drop the puck at 4. Off to the far side boards. Thrown on net. Save made by Cole. Of course, we have coffee break for you. News, sports, history, weather, a little bit of everything. That's tomorrow at 11. Kept right across the line. Oh, deflected behind the net as Foldesi tried to throw it in. Off to the far side, left wing boards. 8:35 to go second period. It's a 2-0 game. Far side again, Foldesi comes over. Tangled up with Payne. Now goes into the corner. Alex Lynch over there for West Haven. Trapped along those far boards. come away with it, trying to throw it into the slot, nothing there. Held in by Hurley. Hurley goes to the right circle, down into the right corner, played by Cole for West Haven. Cole alongside of Fostich for St. Joseph, flipped on net right along the line, held on to by Cole.
And Rob, early you see where Foldesy tries to get the deflection. He gets it off his stick, he lifts it up above the net, but what he was trying to do is get that little deflection and get that up over Cole's shoulder and into the net. He had the good angle, he had the good spot. The shot on goal was a little too hard.
Booted from the draw will be Lally. So Fostich will come over for St. Joseph, take the draw, and he wins it. Gets it to the far side, played by Van Etten. Van Etten down the left wing along the boards. 8 minutes to go, second period. It's a 2-0 West Haven lead. They bring it back now. Coming back with Morgillo. Throws it down through the right circle, goes back behind the net, comes over to the near side board. Snagged over there by Nico Kyle, the freshman forward. Along the near side boards, and the big blast coming from the left point by Chris DeRost. That stops us.
St. Joe's is struggling. They're trying to get something going in the offensive zone. West Haven's trying to get something going in their offensive zone. St. Joe's has just been rotating guys and rotating players off in the West Haven side, and it's gone very well for them so far.
Face off to the right side of Ryan Wilson. It's 2-0 game. Side of the left circle. Taken over there by Kyle. Goes behind the boards. Scrumming forward is Gilbert. Off to the far side on the right wing. Kept alive over there by Flynn for St. Joseph. It's a 2-0 lead right now. St. Joseph and Trumbull already lost in girls hockey today, 2-1 in overtime. We watched a chunk of that game as we set up here at the Edward L. Bennett Rink. Lifted back out the center and played by Gilbert. Gilbert, stick handling, had it taken away. Almost a 2-on-1, but comes over near side, and corralling it will be Bocchino. Goes far side, lifts it out of the zone, plays it right back, taken there by Gilbert. Gilbert centers it back to the near side. Corralled once again by Flynn. He steps across the line with two mates behind him, goes down the right wing, they feed it through. Held in at the right point by Gilbert, down on net, covered by Cole.
St. Joe's, they're trying to get shots. They're getting shots on goal, but what you got to do is you got to get traffic in front of the net. If you're going to give Cole a straight-on look at these shots coming in, he's going to stop every single one of them. You really have to work about rotating guys in front and getting the deflections.
Face off to the left side of Cole. Bounced off the boards, back out to center. So Andrew Van Etten will go back in his own zone to play it. Keep away from Max Lynch. They'll go behind the net of Ryan Wilson. That's been pretty busy so far this period. Played back to center. Fed that down along the left wing now. Adam Usinger goes into the left corner. Around to the near side. 6:20 to go second period. 2-0 West Haven on top of St. Joseph with Chris Kalin, AJ Simonowski directing our entire crew. I'm Rob Adams. Hope your holiday season has been as happy as it can be, and hope you're enjoying some high school hockey here on the HAN network. Into the right circle it goes. The wrister got deflected by Usinger, goes behind the net, just trying to set it up out in front. The backhander not quite there, off to the near side. Foldesi was in the slot. 555s remaining in the second period. It'll go behind the net. Pacapelli back there for West Haven, coached by John Morrell. Off to the near side boards. 5:45 remaining in the second period. Back in a 1-on-2 goes Lynch. Lynch across the line with a head of steam, but he got deflected off the play. Goes down into the left corner. Took a hard hit from Van Etten. Down in that left corner with 5.5 remaining in the second period in a 2-0 game. St. Joseph trying to find some kind of offense as it's thrown down on net again, and a save made by Wilson. They've had better chances this period, but up to the task has been Cole. Again, back behind the net in a 2-0 game. West Haven with the lead, bounces off the glass. This will come all the way down. Let's see, icing will be whistled.
And you're right, Rob. West Haven's had a hard time clearing the puck and getting it out of their defensive zone. Cole has been just absolutely brilliant in net. He's been moving well, getting to the spots he needs to get to. For St. Joe's, keep putting the pressure on. You're getting the shots, you're getting the opportunity. Something at some point is bound to go in.
Off the face, off to the right side of Ryan Wilson. This will be played back out. Down the right wing side it goes. down into the right corner. Hunter Cole in the West Haven end. Under 5 to go second period. It's a 2-0 game. Big hit, knocking people down. A lot of bodies flying around. It's in the right circle now. Backhanded over there. That was Matt Lally who got knocked down. Played back to center. Cross ice it goes. Grabbed by Riccitelli. The blast from the right circle held onto by Wilson.
And behind the net, Rob, what it looked like both skaters got each other's stick caught up in their skate, because they both went to move at the same time and they both went airborne.
It's a nice crowd on hand for a Monday night. Of course, students off from school, but late enough in the evening where a lot of folks getting home from work can run down to the rink and check it out. Off to the near side it comes. Almost deflected right out in front by Morgillo. Goes behind the net to the far side boards. Held along those far side boards. Down into the corner goes Andrew Gilbert. It's a 2-0 game, 4:20 to go in the second period. Lifted back out to center. Played by Tom Flynn for St. Joe's. Gets into the circle. Had it go off the post. Looked like it hit the crossbar as it got away from Cole. Then it hit the netting off the deflection, Cato, and that stops us.
And that's one of those knuckle pucks, Rob. Comes right off the stick, it's spinning. Cole tried to get his glove and his stick on it just to try to knock it away. Skips off the stick right over the top of his head and hits the post.
My favorite term for that is flutter bomb.
That works too.
Again, a second John Spang mention. He taught me that one many years ago. Off into the left corner it goes. 4 minutes remaining. Out in front, save made. Nice little wrister put on net by Foldesi. Now back with a head of steam goes Lynch. Lynch right side. Tried to shovel it across. Comes off to the near corner. The hit made by Parchinski. 3:45 to go in the second period of a 2-0 game. Behind the net, Lynch. Lynch goes far side. They'll play it back to center. Falling down, it's Alex Lynch to take it away. Lynch backhands it down the left side of the St. Joe's zone. Across goes William Gilbert. Gilbert brings it over near side, 3.5 remaining in a 2-0 second period. Played back at the left point by Lynch. Lynch sends it toward the left circle. Parchinski was there for St. Joseph, coached by J.R. Bria. 3:19 to go in the second period, out to center. It'll be taken once again and grabbed by DeRost. DeRost sends down the right side. Here's Will Gilbert. Gilbert spins around for St. Joseph in his own zone. Sends back to center. Waiting there is Foldesi. He'll bring it across the line. He's going to man alongside him. Matt Lally throws it on net. It'll corral around to the near side. Pinballing action it goes to center with Gilbert. Gilbert now across the line comes Pisani. Taken back once again, and that'll be thrown down by Parchinski. He'll go for a change. 2:49 to go second period. Centered back near side by Borelli. Borelli stops, bounces it off the board, sends it down the left side. Back there to play it waits Connor Hurley. Hurley bounces it off the boards. Off comes Matt Lally. Gets spun around there by Borelli. Borelli on the far boards. They'll try to center it back, able to. A little hitting, a little pushing, a little shoving. How's everybody doing? Tyler Payne says, no, I really don't appreciate that. Goes behind the net with 2.5 to go in the second period. 2-0 our score. Goals by Payne and Borelli not that long ago in the first period. In fact, and now they score! St. Joseph able to get traffic out in front of the net. When you do that, good things happen. They poke it home. It's a 2-1 game.
And absolutely, it all starts with the turnover just before the blue line. West Haven has the puck cleared. Will Gilbert steps in, gets the puck, stays with it, loses his balance, almost taken off the play, but he's able to get the one shot on, gets the rebound, and puts it back.
A little St. Joe's steer. Gilbert the goal, unassisted. I started to say a cheering section for St. Joe's. Maybe 15, 20 students off to our right, and they're happy. It's a 2-1 game. Back in the St. Joseph end. So Gilbert unassisted at 12:47. 2-1 our score. Near side, Max Lynch. Chopping at it, played back to center. Bocchino. Atanasio there as well. He delivers a little justice. and played back to center. Off to the near side it comes. Sliding down is Lynch. Lynch, the junior. Max Lynch, a tall young man, junior, as I mentioned. Back to center it goes. Down the right wing side, 1:09 to go second period. It's a 2-1 game. Into the corner, Hunter Cole for West Haven. Turns around, surveys things, brings it back out of his own zone. Gets sandwiched on a double team between DiSabella and Usinger. Back out of the zone. Played through the neutral zone. Gerald Moss, he's a junior as well, a defenseman, plays it near side. 43 to go in the second period. Right out in front of us, Hunter Cole takes a hit from Andrew Van Etten. Goes behind the net, Connor Hurley will skate over into the right corner in his own zone. 2-1 game, half minute remaining in period numero 2. Lifted out in front, bounced off the boards. DiSabella waits back there. He gets it back to center. Skating down as Usinger tried to take it away. Chris Duros was kind of not ho-humming it, but just trying to skate away with it as the hits pick up. Off to the far side. Played out of that right corner with 7 in a 2-1 game. Down to 5, near side it goes. West Haven are trying to create something with 1, and the period will come to an end.
Saves in the second period. For St. Joe's, Ryan Wilson, 6 for a 2-period total of 16. For West Haven, Logan Cole, 12 for a 2-period total of 16.
Well, depending on who you believe, shots are basically, well, saves are 16 all.
Time to check your
Don't have that.
We can talk about that in the break, Cato. After 2 periods of play, St. Joseph has gotten on the scoreboard. The goal by Gilbert at 12:47. So our score, West Haven 2, St. Joseph 1. Cato and I will return to the Bennett Rink right after this. 2 periods in the books, and St. Joseph trailing West Haven 2-1. You're watching the FCAC right here on the HAN Network. At Innovative Health and Rehabilitation, we provide an advanced level of care to resolve symptoms and minimize recurrence. Our experienced professional staff design and implement effective plans to return individuals to their prior level of function. We specialize in the treatment of orthopedic and sports injuries, pre-post surgical rehabilitation, performance enhancement, strength and conditioning, vestibular rehabilitation, balance and gait training. A convenient location and flexible scheduling is available to accommodate your needs. We look forward to providing you with a comprehensive level of care to meet your rehabilitation goals. We are also affiliated with 3 high schools, Norwalk, West Hill, and Stamford. Our certified athletic trainers cover the athletic events at the high schools to prevent, treat, and educate student athletes and injuries. Our certified athletic trainers also take part in the New Canaan Youth Football Program. Reach us at 650 West Avenue in Norwalk. Call us at 203-852-9903. Innovative Health and Rehabilitation.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express, open Monday through Saturday in the iPark Building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Here at the Darien Sports Shop, we are very excited about our newly redesigned men's department. Gentlemen, if you're shopping for work, weekend, or wedding, we've got the latest styles and trends inside our spacious new department just for you. We have vast selections from Peter Millar, Vineyard Vines, Johnny O, Duckhead, Barber, and so much more. And you can even walk out of the store in the new Wolverine 1,000-mile men's boot. Conveniently located with free and easy parking at 1127 Post Road, Darien, Connecticut, or shop us online at dariensport.com.
Denali is your outdoor retail destination in the Westfield Trumbull Mall. For the last 21 years, we have carefully selected clothing, footwear, and gear from a variety of the best outdoor brands, such as the North Face, Patagonia, Vineyard Vines, UGG, Merrell, GoPro, New Balance, and many more. Our stores have a friendly, knowledgeable staff to help you with all of your running, hiking, and cold weather needs, and in discovering all things outdoorsy and awesome. Visit us in the Westfield Trumbull Mall or online at DenaliOutdoor.com.
Well, there's still a bite out on the water. Most anglers have decided to stow the gear for the winter. Just because Mother Nature isn't cooperating doesn't mean you can't see the latest models of all your favorite gear. With 2 convenient locations, it couldn't be easier to get your fix of summer. Boater, beach bum, fisherman, or simply love the New England coast, this is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
Walter Stewart's Market in New Canaan is your local destination for the best of the holidays. Shop Stewart's for the freshest produce, certified prime rib roasts, magnolia wreaths, fresh baked pies, gingerbread houses, Christmas candies, and the season's best wine and craft brews right next door at Stewart's Spirits. Shop Walter Stewart's, 229 Elm Street in New Canaan, or shop online at stewartsmarket.com.
Back at the Edward L. Bennett Rink, 2 periods in the books with Chris Kalin and Ashley Kalin. I'm Rob Adams, 2-1 our score.
Somebody's trying to steal a spot on camera, huh?
Yeah, well, Ashley wanted to jump into the middle of the conversation, so
that's fine.
Why not? 2-1 our score, St. Joseph trailing West Haven, and we got a good one.
Absolutely, and for St. Joe's, it's not for lack of effort. They got 19 shots on goal for 2 periods. They had 11 in the second to West Haven 7. And honestly, you just look at it for West Haven. You got Logan Cole, who's just been a beast in net. He's got 18 saves so far. I mean, not to say Ryan Wilson's effort was shoddy,
no.
But in that second period, poor Logan Cole was pretty much under duress for about 3/4 of that period.
Certainly want to thank our crew for coming and hanging out tonight and helping put this broadcast on the air. AJ Simonowski directing, Bill Bloxham and Mike Suppy on cameras. We welcome Nick Fine to the crew, and, well, he decided to join us, so it's on him.
No, he's done a great job. And you want to know the truth?
He has done a great job. Shelton High's own.
And you know what? And for a guy from Shelton High, first time on the job, AJ puts him on the big camera.
That's right. Marty Hersom also here as well tonight. The RV in its full splendor and Christmas or holiday regalia. And
yeah, I did notice that.
Nicely done, right?
The holiday wreaths on the back ladder.
That is all credit to Marty.
Absolutely. And I don't know what he's got on the roof to have the ladder, but on the back, satellite dish. It is that is
not quite.
That is the mobile command. So,
that is true.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, I could say something like maybe there's a 50 cal up there in case there's an invasion of aliens of some kind.
I don't even know what you're talking about, and I'm going to leave it right there. 2-1 our score. Tomorrow, more hockey here on the HAN Network, of course, as Darien meets New Canaan at the Darien Ice Rink. Wilton, by the way, in boys basketball has knocked off Staples 56-55. We told you in girls basketball it was Ludlow over McMahon 59-16. Darien over New Canaan 49-31. Girls basketball, Norwalk 48, Brookfield 27. Earlier today in ice hockey, Daniel Hand over Staples West and Shelton 5-3. And in wrestling, you've got West Hill over Norwalk 69-11. And the FCAC track and field qualifier that was scheduled for tomorrow has been moved to Wednesday. That should, for the moment, bring you up to date.
Wilton's shaping up. Wilton's an up and down team for basketball. At times, and I got a chance to take a look at them early on in a scrimmage game. At times, they looked a little bit sloppy, but when they were on and they were functioning as a unit, they were very good. It's a Wilton team that can put together a 12-13 win season, find its way into the state, FCAC and states, and make some noise.
Again, we will have basketball for you in January 7th to be exact. It's a Thursday night game and will be at Norwalk High School as the Danbury Hatters, who many feel are the favorites in the conference. They will take on the Norwalk Bears. The Bears starting off at 0-2 on the year. I found that to be a little bit of a surprise. But again, 0-2, you don't panic. A little more, maybe panic. But 0-2, I don't panic yet.
And, you know, for Norwalk, it may be just a situation where, you know, there's been a bit of a turnover, so you've got a lot of, you know, new players to the varsity experience. You know, could be just guys that, you know, just need to get the feel for one another. You know, or it's just a matter of clicking. If you're not clicking, you can have a rough patch. Just going through the, you know, that kind of, I don't know whether you could say growing pains or the movement or whatever, however you want to look at it. But Norwalk they're definitely athletic, they're definitely skilled. It's just a matter of getting it all to come together.
By the way, if you are a music fan, I am very sorry to pass along some news to you. Eddie Trunk, who knows, he's from VH1 and Sirius XM. He knows heavy metal, and I'm not a big heavy metal guy, but he knows heavy metal as well as anyone. He's truly keyed in on all this stuff, and he has reported that the great Lemmy of Motorhead has died at the age of 70. If you are into heavy metal and rock and roll in that regard, Lemmy is an icon.
This has been a rough day or so as far as people passing away. Lemmy being the latest. Early on this morning, you heard about the great metallark Lemon passing away at age 83.
Yes.
The great, who could forget great Storm and Norman Schwarzkopf, who passed away today at 78.
Dave Henderson, of course, of the Red Sox.
And the Oakland Athletics.
Yep. So,
God, who can forget Dave Henderson, especially if you're a Met fan? Top of the 10th inning off Rick Aguilera. I don't think that ball he hit off him ever landed.
We will take a timeout. We will come back to the Edward L. Bennett Rink. 2-1 our score after 2. West Haven leading St. Joseph. We're back right after this on the HAN Network.
Denali is your outdoor retail destination in the Westfield Trumbull Mall. For the last 21 years, we have carefully selected clothing, footwear, and gear from a variety of the best outdoor brands, such as the North Face, Patagonia, Vineyard Vines, UGG, Merrell, GoPro, New Balance, and many more. Our stores have a friendly, knowledgeable staff to help you with all of your running, hiking, and cold weather needs, and in discovering all things outdoorsy and awesome. Visit us in the Westfield Trumbull Mall or online at DenaliOutdoor.com.
Here at the Darien Sports Shop, we are very excited about our newly redesigned men's department. Gentlemen, if you're shopping for work, weekend, or wedding, we've got the latest styles and trends inside our spacious new department just for you. We have vast selections from Peter Millar, Vineyard Vines, Johnny O, Duckhead, Barber, and so much more. And you can even walk out of the store in the new Wolverine 1,000-mile men's boot. Conveniently located with free and easy parking at 1127 Post Road, Darien, Connecticut. Or shop us online at dariensport.com.
Discover the Wilburton Inn in Manchester, Vermont, a 30-acre historic estate featuring a turn-of-the-century mansion with elegant inn guest rooms and 7 large private vacation homes, perfect for ski vacations and holiday celebrations. Special offer on select rooms and houses. Stay 2 nights, get the 3rd night free through Christmas Day. CNN has called the Wilburton one of the top 8 mansion hotels in America. Call 802-362-2500 or visit wilburtoninn.com for more information.
You are watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. 102,000 viewers have enjoyed the HAN Network in just the last 6 weeks. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Jessica Murrin, Advertising Director, at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
We welcome you back to the Edward L. Bennett Rink with Chris Callen. I'm Rob Adams. 2-1 our score after 2. Boys ice hockey here on the HAN Network. Tomorrow, more of the same. Darien and New Canaan at 4 o'clock.
That's going to be fun. That is going to be a very fun game.
Teams returning to the ice right now. Again, I asked you at the first intermission, now I'll ask you at the second intermission. With St. Joe's still chasing one, what do they have to do?
Honestly, this is going to sound redundant, but they won. You look at it, they won the second period. They got more shots on goal. They had a heavier sustained presence. And even later on, they even picked up the physical game, forcing West Haven off the puck, the checking, the heavy checking. Their forecheck early on in that third period, really set the tone. And that second period really set the tone. For West Haven, you got to get control. You got to get control back from this game. You're up. You're up. Your speed has been effective through the first period. Was effective in the first period. Try to pick that pace up again. Don't get caught out of position. Play heads up. Don't get sloppy. Don't get lackadaisical. And don't give St. Joe's the opportunity to impact you with the hits, and it'll slow you down.
Wilton, by the way, in basketball beat Staples 56-55. Jack Williams hit a three-pointer with 35 to win the game. Nice job by the Wilton Warriors. Here, it is 2-1. Pounding of the boards by the West Haven Blue Devils, and the period underway. So he settled back in, heads off to the far side boards with St. Joseph moving from right to left, chasing one at 2-1. Penalties have been limited. There's been one in the entire game. Pacapelli went off at 5:23 of the first. And the St. Joe's power play is 0 for 1. That's it on the night. Back behind the net it goes. Usinger will play it out of that right corner with Ryan Wilson back to our right and Logan Cole down to our left. Far side boards with a stick on the ice, comes back out to center. Andrew Van Etten will go cross ice. Play it to center. He's got Connor Hurley alongside him defensively. Will shovel aside by DiSabella. Across the line now, stepping across comes Borelli. Borelli in the circle, deflected away by Hurley. Goes into the left corner. Chasing over there. It'll be snagged by DiSabella. Usinger will go play it behind his own net in the St. Joseph zone. A minute and change gone by, third period, 2-1 game. Heading down, trying to throw it out in front. Oh, it goes over. Oh, it was right there for a tie game, but not so fast. So we play on with 13:44 to go. Shoveled down into the right corner in the West Haven end. Far side boards. It'll be played over there. Snagging it is Foldesi. He goes behind the net. Now lifted out in front, trying to throw it down. Nope, nothing doing. Far side Pacapelli. He'll bring it back. Right point held on by Gilbert. Down it goes. Shoveled aside. Going behind the net. It'll come over near side. A minute 40 gone. Third period, 2-1 our score at the Edward L. Bennett Rink. And the whistle. Stopping things. And indeed, the door will open and a skater will skate off. Make it 2. Off go Lynch and Flynn.
It's like it's offsetting roughing penalties.
Yep.
And both players will sit out for a minimum of 2 minutes.
1:43, time of the penalty. Each team loses 1, and we skate on. Near side boards it goes. Across the line, into the right corner. It was loose and held in at the left point. Looked like, was that the announcement, Cato? Coincidental slashing?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Puck behind the net, now comes over near side in the St. Joseph end, 12:39 to go on a chilly night. Across the line, they'll head over, feather it out of the right circle, thrown across, nothing cooking there for Gilbert. Back at the left point, held in by Gilbert. Into the right corner it goes. Down comes Pisani to play it, a minute 40 gone in the third. We still skate 5 aside with no loss of manpower. Cross ice it comes for Gilbert. Gilbert left side takes a check along those boards. Gets hit again. Now it's Pisani. Pisani in the slot, deflected. Far side Parchinsky. Bounces down. Oh, that puck is loose and just shoveled away by Cole. Cole couldn't initially hold on to it, so then he shoveled it with the stick. He'll take it off the stick this time as well, and he will cover as DiSabella was skating right down toward him.
And Rob, that's a shot. It's not exactly a shot. It gets it's a pass across the crease that looks like it skips off a stick, pops up in front of Cole. Cole tries to corral it with the glove. He can't get a firm grip on it. He just lets it fall and tries to deflect it off to the side.
Face off to the near side. It'll go behind the net. 2-1 our score. 11:39 remaining in regulation. Held in at the right point. Bouncing down to the near side in the West Haven zone. West Haven trying to play it back out. Save made by Cole. Off to the near side it comes again. There's DiSabella for St. Joseph. They'll throw it all the way down. This will go as an icing.
And again, you see the forecheck and you see St. Joe's getting in and they're getting the pressure. What they're doing is they're getting good centering passes in front of the net. The problem is St. Joe's isn't getting personnel to those points to get the deflections or get the one-timers or just get the puck rebounded into the net.
Off the face-off, controlled by West Haven. The Blue Devils able to get it out of the zone. Payne across the line. Payne into the slot, had it deflected, loose, goes over into the far corner. Jeremy Borelli out of the left corner, plays it there, in the slot, lifted up into the netting. That stops us.
And Payne decides he's going to try to put this game away all by himself, gets the puck, tries to walk right into the net, comes across the high slot, but he's not able to break his defender to get a good shot on goal.
While it is not a full house, a little sense of some standing room back behind the glass there, behind the net of Wilson. Played across, loose in the slot, turning around. Bacino for St. Joseph, able to play it back. This will go down on net, and Wilson will leave it aside. 10:47 to go, third period, 2-1. West Haven on top. Hurley back behind his own net for St. Joseph. 4 and change gone in the third. Far side it goes for Tom Flynn. Flynn will skate back from right to left. Fans on the first pass. He got harassed slightly by Pacapelli as it goes behind the net. Played there by Moss for West Haven. Far side it goes with 10:20 to go. They'll skate back to the neutral zone, send it down the left side. Wilson, wearing number 1, leaves it behind his own cage, bounces to the near side, played by Atanasio. Why has that name tripped me up all day? I apologize to he and his family. Left side it goes. Gonna have to practice a little more. Here's Payne, right circle. Payne looking at the backhand. Payne, bottom of the circle. Harassed there by Gilbert, behind the cage and trapped by Wilson.
And Payne gets caught all by himself in the corner. He's trying to look for somebody to pass, but unfortunately everybody else, they're going for a line change, so he gets no support. So for him, his only shot, his only opportunity, hold the puck, hope for reinforcements, at which point he was just too tired, puts it on net, and gets the cover up.
Face off to the right side of Ryan Wilson. Far side boards it goes, played out of the zone by St. Joseph. Fostich across the line. Had it taken away from him by Hunter Cole. Cole and Fostich get tangled up, and down went Cole fairly hard. Coming back the other way, it's West Haven, out of the zone with Nico Kyle. Kyle across the line. He gets harassed by Gilbert, returning the favor. They bounce it back to center across the St. Joseph line. West Haven had to get onside. They do. Now they touch, but it's St. Joseph who controls it. West Haven throws it right over to the near side. Off comes Will Gilbert to play it. Gilbert has the lone St. Joseph goal at 12:47 of the second period. That's where we are in a 2-1 game in the third. Looking to tie it up. It's Gilbert shoveling it. It comes over near side, played out of the corner. Out of that left corner in the West Haven end. It'll go behind the net, played by Morquillo for West Haven. Back out of the zone, neutral zone ice now. Gilbert across the line. He's in a 1-on-3. Trying to do it himself. Sent it wide. Back out of the zone it goes. Van Etten looking for that big play to tie us up. Into the corner it goes. Gilbert sends it around, near side. Here comes St. Joseph, bouncing it off the boards. Fuldesi got it turned around. Payne comes across the St. Joseph line with 8.5 to go. Throws it, blasted one-timer, and that comes over near side. 8:25 remaining third period. 2-1 our score, and a good one at the Bennett Rink. Down goes Gilbert. Gilbert alone. Gilbert! Score!
Rob, Will Gilbert comes out for a quick break. Comes out, gets the quick change. He gets back out on the ice. It's that he gets that little bit of a breath. Gets that rush. Everybody recognizes it. Gets out ahead of the puck. Attacks the net and just beats Cole with the backhand. But that's just a tribute to great heads-up play in the neutral zone for St. Joe's.
Once they recognize it on the scoreboard, we've got a 2-2 game, and now they do. 8:08 to play. Comes over near side, played back towards center, now in the left circle. Renewed interest by St. Joseph. They got a little hop in their step. Throw it across, and they score again!
Tremendous forecheck presence for St. Joe's. They're able to keep West Haven from clearing the puck. It looked like they were about ready to get it out of the zone. Little stick check, little poke check, puts the puck in the corner. And all it is just a centering pass, gets it to the far side, catches Cole off balance, and it's just somebody that doesn't move. And when you get the score where he doesn't move, just sits there outside the crease, outside of the goalie's periphery, gets that shot right on goal and lifts it right in.
DiSabella makes it a 3-2 game.
And just a tremendous heads up by DiSabella, just not abandoning his position, not following the play or following the puck, going behind the net. It was just, let me just stay here and see what happens.
We'll get all the announcements and catch up with you in a moment.
Assisted by number 5, Hurley, time to goal 6:45. St. Joe's third goal, scored by number 8, DiSabella, assisted by number 17, Usinger, 7:04.
All right, I think we've got it all, but I want a little clarification when time allows. So they're saying Usinger from Hurley at 6:45, and then DiSabella from Usinger. Whistle stops us, 7:10 remaining. I thought it was Gilbert on the second goal, so maybe my mistake.
Might could be. It might have been. It looked like a 7 that came out of the chute. It could have been Usinger.
I don't know about that. We'll have to check.
No, it could be, Rob, it really could be DiSabella. It could be Usinger. Because for Gilbert to come out that quick off a shift, especially like the one he had, I thought that was kind of odd too.
We'll straighten it all out, but now it's put down on net and poked at. Save made, pushing, shoving. No holiday cookies for these guys with 6:56 to go. Regardless, it's a 3-2 game.
And you're talking about 8 minutes and 4 seconds into the third period. That's West Haven's second shot of this period.
Our thanks to the great work of CTHS Hockey on Twitter, by the way. Sent along a nice note on Twitter saying he's shivering from Milford but enjoying the call as always. With Chris Kalin, I'm Rob Adams. Face off to the near side in a 3-2 St. Joseph lead. All of a sudden a brand new game here on this Monday night. And thrown on net, Brian Wilson will hold on. A 3-2 game with 6:45 to go. Near side, out of the right corner. Behind the net, to the far side it goes. There's Usinger to send it back to center, off the boards. With a head of steam goes Foldesi. Foldesi lifts it high, goes off the glass. Behind the net now, Alex Lynch. Out of the zone it comes, Max Lynch. Lynch with a chance for a breakaway. Penalty coming here. Grabs it, throws it across for the touch. There it is, and the whistle. 6:13 to go. They got to get Max Lynch away. Andrew Gilbert is going to go off.
And Max Lynch had the breakaway that he wanted. If you can't say there are a lot of good penalties. That's a good penalty. Lynch was beat. Lynch had him beat, and you just give Gilbert a lot of credit. just reach out with the stick, pull him back, get him off the puck, get him to lose control of the puck, and just take the penalty. Now you just got to hope your penalty kill can keep West Haven at bay for the next 2 minutes.
Far side off the face-off. Hooking was the call. It happened at 8:47, and it's 14 seconds gone by on the power play. First power play of the night for West Haven. This is deflected up into the netting with 1:39 remaining on the man advantage. 5:52 in regulation. We got a 3-2 game.
And now for West Haven, you've got to take advantage of this. You have the team speed. You have the ability to move the puck. What you have to do is just get that man all alone, one-on-one with the goaltender.
This will come down on the net, off to the far side in the corner. 90 seconds remaining on the power play. 5:42 in regulation. Whistled across into the left corner. Down there is Payne. Payne, left wing boards. Payne brings it near side, finds Lynch. Thrown down, it'll go behind the net with Borelli. Borelli left circle, high slot, down it goes. Sent wide by Riccitelli and out of the zone. All the way down is Logan Cole to hold on to it. Leaves it behind, and they'll start back from left to right. They've got 60 seconds remaining on the power play. The penalty for hooking to Gilbert at 8:47. Here they come with Payne right circle. Payne behind the net, setting it up now left circle. Waits, finds Lynch. Lynch through traffic, they score! Well, this has gotten fun. A power play goal. We're knotted at 3.
And for West Haven, all they do is they get the bodies moving. They get everybody skating. Get the defense looking for players to defend. And what happens is it opens up a lane straight to the goal. Excuse me, and the elevated puck gets deflected down out of the sky. What happens, it just doesn't give Wilson a clear shot once you get the stick up. Then he can't pick it up off the deflection.
Lynch and Payne get the assists. That's Payne's third point of the night. Riccitelli the goal with 4:40 to go. It's a 3-3 game. Lynch takes a hit from Usinger. Held in at the left point. Cross ice it comes. Waiting there, Andrew Gilbert. Lot of throwing out in front. Comes off into the circle. Coming back with a hand up. Down it goes. Across the line, it's touched. There's the whistle. There's the call. 4:19 to go. Sin bin doors are opening again.
And it's going to be a tripping penalty. As Nick DiSabella, he's trying to plead his case that it wasn't a trip.
Phenomenal stuff here. Face off out of the circle to the near side. So DiSabella, looking for the one-timer was Riccitelli for another one. Far side it goes. Trying to lift it out of the zone, they're able to. So back to play it comes DeRost. DeRost takes a look, sends it across the line, comes down on net. Van Etten will come off to his own corner. This will get thrown down, and all of a sudden a lull comes across the rink. Everybody catching their breath. 3:49 remaining, third period. 1:25 to go on the man advantage. Cross ice, here's Payne, steps across the line, gets to the right circle, throws it on net. Hard wrister, and Wilson holds on.
Payne saw an opportunity, thought he had a hole up in that top shelf, that top, to the top right-hand side of Wilson. He comes over strong with it, and Wilson just proves my point, as always. All you need is glove.
There you go. There's actually a Beatles hashtag meme running this weekend that I noticed that was kind of funny. I forget the actual name of it, but basically it was alternative Beatles lyrics or Beatles song titles, and all you need is glove popped into my brain. But I didn't want to take it away from you. That's what it was. AJ reminding me it was Depress a Beatles song. So you change the name of it. Fun stuff. 3:05 to go, 45 remaining on the power play. Cross ice it comes. Here's Payne. Payne across the line. Payne for West Haven, leaves it behind. Riccitelli. Riccitelli right circle. Tried to feather it across. Fans, turns around. It's taken by Bocchino. Pace picking up. Down it goes. Half minute remaining on the power play with 2:48 to go, third period, in a truly wonderful game here on this Monday night.
Great work on this penalty kill by St. Joe's. They're finally able to get the puck cleared, forcing West Haven to work out of their back zone.
Pacapelli brings it out of his own zone from left to right, skates across the line in the white and blue, into the circle, throws it wide. Off to the far side, Connor Hurley. Down to 7 to go on the power play. Pacapelli again out of that left corner, tangled up with Hurley. Behind the net, tries to get on top of it. Climbing on top of it is Wilson. Power play over. They're 1 out of 2 on the night. There's 2:18 remaining. It's a 3-3 game.
And for St. Joe's, it's just weathering that storm. But they were very excellent, clearing the puck, getting the pucks down far into the other side of the arena. And what that did was it forces West Haven to kind of regroup each and every time. It doesn't allow them to get everything set.
Off to the far side boards it goes. Played over there by Morgillo for West Haven. 2:10 to go. It'll go behind the net. Pacapelli there for West Haven. 2:05 remaining. It's a 3-3 game. Terrific third period as it whistles to the far side boards. Over to grab it, Andrew Gilbert. Gilbert along the far side. They trap it up there. Usinger now climbs into it. They turn it back out. So back to play it in his own zone is Hunter Cole. As we skated even strength, under 2 to go, 1:45 remaining, 3-3. Near side, all the way out to center. Played there. Gilbert, Will Gilbert, because there are 2 of them, Will and Andrew. Turn back the other way. Borelli, top of the left circle. They'll go behind the net now, under 90 seconds to go in a 3-3 tie. Back to center, sent down, Alex Lynch. There's always, be careful what you wish for. I suppose on one hand you're wishing for overtime, but on the other hand, as icing's called, reminder, you don't necessarily, this isn't the NHL, you're not walking away with a true result. You're getting a win, a loss, or a tie.
Not a big fan of the shootout, huh, Rob?
I'm really not a fan of the shootout. I'm not. Are you?
During the regular season, it doesn't really bother me.
I guess. I don't know. Off the face-off, a conversation for another time. Out of the zone it goes, and now heads into the West Haven zone. Down the side, there's the icing whistled, 1:05 remaining.
And honestly, with 1:05 left, you look at it, you ask yourself the question, which team can get an odd man, can get some kind of rush going, get some kind of sustained offensive effort to put, try to put this game away.
Face off to the right side of Ryan Wilson. 3-3 St. Joseph and West Haven. 60 seconds remaining. Third period. That's the first time I think a puck has hit the ceiling tonight. That stops us with 59 to go. First time I can remember it.
Yeah, I think that is the first time. Usually with visiting players, this low roof will drive guys crazy. When you can't get that, you get the elevation on the puck that you'd like to have.
I felt like in the doubleheader we did last Monday here, we saw a lot more pucks hit the ceiling. Tonight, not so much. 50 seconds to go in the third. Here is a shot that goes wide as it goes behind the net. Played back behind the net of Ryan Gilbert. 42 seconds to go, third period. Near side, it's Foldesi. Sends it back out to center. This looks like an icing. If it looks like it, it might be, and it is.
And for St. Joe's, they understand they're having a hard time trying to get any kind of rush going out of their own zone. For them, it's just a matter of, clear the puck, we'll take the icing, and we'll start again.
And why not? Off the face-off, right down on net. Wilson holds on. Face-off will come to the near side. 33.3 remaining. Off the draw. Flynn there for St. Joseph. Now it's turned back around and taken across the line. Top of the right circle put on Cole. He holds on. 21.1 remaining.
And for St. Joe's, that's the first shot in at least 5 minutes of play. You figure, at least 3.5 minutes of penalty kill.
Off the draw, held in at the right point, trying to throw it through traffic. We'll get it back out of the zone, bounce off the boards. 14, we're down to 13 in the third period, tied at 3. Played to the near side, got away from Foldesi. Turned back, thrown down the right side by Cole with 5. Back behind the net in the St. Joe's end. They'll trap it up along the boards with 2 and 1. Overtime is on the buffet table tonight in West Haven.
Saves in the third period. For St. Joe's, Ryan Wilson, 8 for a period total of 24.
We listen.
West Haven, Logan Cole, 8 for a period total of 24.
Well, depending on who you believe, saves are 24 all. And when the scoreboard's saying 3-3, I believe shots would be 27 all, give or take. Give or take a post
You're going to go with them? Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm not necessarily going with them. I'm just listening to them and reporting. I report, Cato. It's what I do.
Yeah, I know. It's that whole thing you do.
We have enough time to take a quick break. We will come back, start overtime right after this. AJ looks okay with it. I'm okay with it as well. All right, heading to overtime. After 3, it's not enough tonight. We'll play overtime. St. Joe's and West Haven tied at 3. You're watching the FCAC on the HAN Network.
Denali is your outdoor retail destination in the Westfield Trumbull Mall. For the last 21 years, we have carefully selected clothing, footwear, and gear from a variety of the best outdoor brands, such as the North Face, Patagonia, Vineyard Vines, UGG, Merrell, GoPro, New Balance, and many more. Our stores have a friendly, knowledgeable staff to help you with all of your running, hiking, and cold weather needs, and in discovering all things outdoorsy and awesome. Visit us in the Westfield Trumbull Mall or online at DenaliOutdoor.com.
I'm Kate Chaplinsky. Join us for Coffee Break, weekdays at 11 to get the latest Connecticut news, weather, high school sports, and more. News doesn't get any more local than on Coffee Break on the HAN Network.
The officials were getting them all set for overtime. They needed to do one thing, have the goalies swap ends. They've done so. We head to overtime with Chris Kalin. I'm Rob Adams. West Haven and St. Joseph couldn't quite resolve us, so we play an extra 8 minutes. We're 6 seconds in. Tied at 3, held in, right point, through traffic it goes. That got past Cole, but stays alive back behind the net. No damage done. Puck loose. Now throwing it. It's on net. Held on, thrown on net again, another try, waiting for a backhander was Usinger, it didn't happen. Side of the left circle. It'll be taken behind the cage, now off into that corner. Usinger will come over there, head over into the left corner. 35 seconds gone, extra session, we're tied at 3. 45 minutes was not enough. Bounced off the boards, kept alive by Hurley at the right point. Down on net it goes, just kind of trickled through traffic. They'll play it around. St. Joe's with a great start to the extra session. They'll throw it down into the left corner. Full Desi there. To the far side boards. Payne bounces it, and it's out of the zone. Chipped at by Borelli. They'll bring it back across the line. Here's Payne. Payne right circle. Brings it over near side. 6:50 remaining in overtime. We're tied at 3. It'll go behind the net. Bounced off the boards, held in, right point, Hunter Cole. Cole through traffic. Oh, that was dangerous. Now off to the corner for Borelli. Borelli, Riccitelli, as well as Van Etten. They'll bring it across, and out they come. Out comes St. Joseph. Across the line, Connor Hurley. He puts it on net, and in the glove it goes. Cole holds on. You looking to sing? Cato going stir crazy. Off the face-off, it comes back the other way. From right to left goes West Haven. They'll chase it down, but instead, it'll go for icing with 6:20 to go.
It looks like after that last 5 minutes of the third period and starting this overtime, it kind of looks like West Haven kind of found its mojo a little bit. They're starting to get more pressure. They're moving the puck a lot better. And they're definitely more intense on defense.
Face off to the near side in the West Haven zone. 6:15 to go. Chasing down across the line. Max Lynch sends it down. Around the boards it goes. In the right corner. 6:05 remaining in the extra session. Big blast coming, but it didn't quite find the gas that it needed. So they'll keep it alive in the St. Joseph zone. Bring it around the near side boards. Held in at the left point again through traffic, but whistled wide. No damage, no danger. Far side boards. Ooh, tough hit over there. Atanasio getting tangled up on those far boards, and a West Haven Blue Devil is down up against the boards with 5:43 remaining. We wait as we watch him get back on his knees.
It's Colin Brazil, and when you look at it, it's Sean Atanasio goes in to play the puck. Brazil is already there. He's already fallen to the ice. Atanasio goes to pull up, and he gets tripped up. He trips up over his own feet going in and pretty much lands with his legs and his knees and just pretty much pins Brazil right up against the boards.
Did you see anything that should have been considered a penalty?
No.
Okay.
No, it looked like it was just clumsiness.
Okay. 5:35 remaining in a 3-3 tie. Across the line comes Foldesi. Down on net. Oh, the puck loose. They're able to hold on to it as DiSabella sent it on net. Cole holds on.
Cole gets aggressive playing that puck. He comes outside of his crease just a little bit. Goes to pad it away. It doesn't kick off the pad the way he expected it, and he was forced to cover it up.
Dangerous little shot that went wide of the net. Comes over to the far side now. Played out of the left corner. 5:19 to go. Side of the left circle. Bounces off the boards. Held in at the left point. Thrown on net again. Puck loose. Turning around. Whistling. They score!
Rob Cole gets caught out of position. He's got a defenseman in front of him. He loses complete sight of the puck. Has no idea where it is as he tries to get his bearings. And it was hard to tell on that movement. Honestly, for me, it looks like it was Nick DiSabella who's able to get over there, sees the open side of the net, just takes his time, gets his puck right on the stick and just throws it in.
We will listen for the official announcement to the end of a wonderful hockey game. Usinger will get the goal. DiSabella and Van Etten get the assists. And at 2:49 of overtime, we call it a night. 4-3, the final score. For St. Joe's, that's game 1 of the year. It's their first game. They're 1-0. For West Haven, they tried to forget a 12-0 opening night loss to the Greenwich Cardinals at the Dorothy Hamill Rink back on Wednesday. They fall to 0-2. What a game, Cato.
Absolutely. For St. Joe's, it was just for them. It was just a battle of attrition, trying to hang in, get over that initial, I guess you can call it bus lag from the first few periods, and it just worked out for them.
So this one in the books, the final score from the Edward L. Bennett Rink. The St. Joe's Cadets come from behind and get a 4-3 win over the West Haven Blue Devils. Cato and I come back to put a nice little ribbon on it and send you on your way. 4-3, the final score in overtime. It was a good one. Cato and I will tell you about it right after this. You're watching the FCAC on the HAN network.
At Innovative Health and Rehabilitation, we provide an advanced level of care to resolve symptoms and minimize recurrence. Our experienced professional staff design and implement effective plans to return individuals to their prior level of function. We specialize in the treatment of orthopedic and sports injuries, pre-post surgical rehabilitation, performance enhancement, strength and conditioning, vestibular rehabilitation, balance and gait training. A convenient location and flexible scheduling is available to accommodate your needs. We look forward to providing you with a comprehensive level of care to meet your rehabilitation goals. We are also affiliated with 3 high schools, Norwalk, West Hill, and Stamford. Our certified athletic trainers cover the athletic events at the high schools to prevent, treat, and educate student athletes and injuries. Our certified athletic trainers also take part in the New Canaan Youth Football Program. Reach us at 650 West Avenue in Norwalk. Call us at 203-852-9903. Innovative Health and Rehabilitation.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark Building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Quite a way to start the final week of 2015 back here at the Edward L. Bennett Rink with Chris Kalen. I'm Rob Adams. 4-3 the final score as St. Joseph had to rally, and they did a pretty good job. They wind up with a 4-3 overtime win.
Yeah, Rob, for St. Joe's, it took about 8 minutes or so really for them to get their feet in this game. And once they did, you could see them really start to pick up the pace. They started to gain confidence. Despite being down 2-0 after that first period, they come out in the second period and just dominate. 11 shots on goal. They had 19 shots on goal total through the first 2 periods. They were able to get 1 goal back. And then in the third period, it's where they really started early on to get that rush going. And they started to get the attack. They were actually starting to make better contact with the centering passes in the middle of the ice.
Let's recap the scoring before we send you on your way. Tyler Payne got it started at 2:57 of the first, and that made it a 1-0 game. Assists going to Pete Riccitelli as well as Jeremy Borelli. Then Borelli at 13:32 off the assist from Tyler Payne, and it was 2-0 right there. To the second period, Will Gilbert puts us into a ball game at 12:47, and it was a 2-1 game unassisted. Now, in the third period, the official scorer saying it was Adam Usinger who scored at 6:45 with an assist to Connor Hurley. It was a 2-2 game right there. Then very quickly, just 19 seconds later, Nick DiSabella with an assist to Adam Usinger made it a 3-2 game. So St. Joe's now had the lead. But back on the power play comes West Haven, and Pete Riccitelli does it this time at 10:03, assist to Alex Lynch as well as Tyler Payne. We had a 3-3 game, but that sent us to overtime. 2 minutes and 49 seconds in, Adam Usinger from both Nick DiSabella and Andrew Van Etten. They tickle the twine and call it a night. 4-3, the final score.
And going back to what you talked about, whether or not who scored for St. Joe's, whether it was Usinger or Gilbert. You got to remember one thing: the scoring doesn't come from here.
Correct.
It's the officials on the ice who tells you who scored, and whether or not it depends on whether or not they got a good view. They probably have a better view from us from up here. But the one thing I did think it was odd, whether it was Gilbert that actually scored. Gilbert had just come off the ice. He had already had 2 shots on goal early on in the sequence just before they did the shift change. So surprisingly, could it have been a quick defensive rotation back in? Quite possibly. But it was really hard to tell.
All that said, see you tomorrow night.
Absolutely. It's going to be a fun one tomorrow night, too.
Fun one indeed. We will be at the Darien Ice Rink tomorrow afternoon, to be exact, 4 o'clock for the face-off. The Darien Blue Wave and the New Canaan Rams. But with all that said, on this Monday night, that'll do it from the Edward L. Bennett Rink. The final score, one more time, It is St. Joe's getting a 4-3 overtime win over West Haven. We will see you tomorrow with pregame activities at 3:55. Coffee break comes your way at 11 o'clock. Kate Chaplinsky, Donald Eng, and myself. We will see you then. This one in the books in overtime. West Haven falls to St. Joe's 4-3. For our entire crew, Marty Hersom, Nick Fine, Mike Suppy, Bill Bloxam, AJ Simonowski, a fine job directing, and Chris Kalen. I'm Rob Adams. Hope you enjoyed it. We did. It was a fun one in overtime. St. Joe's 4, West Haven 3. From the Edward L. Bennett Rink, we say we'll see you tomorrow in Darien. Good night from West Haven.
The preceding has been a presentation of the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, and entertainment in Fairfield and Westchester counties. This is the HAN Network, the leader for local news, sports, arts, and entertainment in southwestern Connecticut and beyond.